Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Exploring AI Tools with Dr. Finney, an initiative by the Holistic Medic Network. Here we learn about AI tools that can make your daily task easier. If today is the first time you are coming across us, do well to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you get notified in time anytime we release a new episode. Right. Today is episode 7 of our 12-week series. And today we're going to learn about an AI tool that can help us make creative and stunning illustrations in just a matter of minutes. We've often heard that a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. And today we are going to learn how to make very compelling pictures that will leave your audience stunned, and it will ensure that the information you want to send across sticks with your audience even when the meeting is over. Right. And so without wasting much time, we would just hop right into the AI tool. I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to teach you how to do this step by step. Right. So I'm going to share my screen right away. Right. So the AI tool we are going to be using today is called Napkin. Yes, Napkin like you know it, Napkin AI. So you can open any browser of your choice, open a new tab, type in Napkin AI. When you type this in, you choose the first search result. And then there's the interface you are going to get. I am already signed in. And so the interface after this is going to be different from you who probably have not used this AI tool before. But essentially, it's very easy to sign in. You just click on the sign in. You're going to get an option where you can sign in with your Google account or with a new email, with your email and then a password. I recommend using the Gmail account that has been purposely made for studying these AI tools. And once you do that, you will just be allowed straight into the tool, and then we can pick up from there. So I'm going to just sign in with an account I already have. Right. So this is just an article. Is it really? This is just some work I did using the application. I'm just going to run you through it so you see the potential of this, and then I'm going to start everything anew so that you can see step by step how you can also create your own napkin, but your own way of also creating illustrative designs. So this writing, this work is titled Top 5 Tips on Becoming Influential on LinkedIn. All right. I didn't actually come up with this script. I'm going to show you how this script was generated. This script was actually generated by the tool. I'm going to show you how to do that. And so after generating the scripts, it was this same tool that helped me come up with this design that shows 5 essential keys in becoming influential on LinkedIn: profile optimization, valuable content, network engagement, group participation, and consistency. And then it went further to talk more about this. Okay, so this is the illustration on profile optimization, what you have to do in optimizing your profile on LinkedIn. And then it goes on about how to share valuable content. So these are the illustrations we are talking about. And then how to engage or enhance your influence, engaging with your connections and followers. And then your participation in groups. And then maintaining consistency. Right. Now, how did I generate this? Very easy, very simple to do. So I'm just going to go to a new napkin. Once you click on that, and depending on your interface, if you've never used it before, it's not going to come like this. because I already have used it. I already have a work that I've generated. That's why the interface is like this. If you have never used it before, you're going to get, I think, two inputs to draft with AI or to import from a file. Drafting with AI means that you just give the you give a text prompt about what you want to talk about. Like, for example, in my case, I wanted to talk about how to become influential on LinkedIn. Okay. And so I type that out, and then the tool generates its content on how to become influential. And from there, we pick up how to make illustrations based on that information. Importing from a file means that you already have your script done. So in this case, I probably would already have typed this out. In today's digital age, LinkedIn has emerged as a powerful platform for professionals to connect, share insights, and build their personal brands. So in the option of importing from file, what that means is I already have my script typed out. And I'm going to just now use the power of this AI tool to generate corresponding illustrations that better tell the story of my script. A blank napkin means a black a blank space, okay, where you type everything blank, so that there are no words. You just type it in as though you were typing on a blank document for a Word document, and then from there you would go ahead to produce your illustrations. All right. So having explained this, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to draft with AI. And then I think as for importing from a file, you would already need a script. And so if you already have your scripts, I mean, you can pick things up from there. So drafting with AI, you just click on that, and then you are asked to tell, so you write a prompt to generate your text content. All right, so let's look at how to excel at public speaking. Okay, something like this. Then click on continue. So the tool is going to generate its own text content, how to excel at public speaking. So it is still writing, coming up with a script. Okay, so the script is done. Once the script is done, the next part about generating your illustrations comes very easy, so simple. What you need to do is just go to the left hand side, and you see this button, this blue button with a white spark symbol within, and it says generate visuals. Once you click on it, it's going to read that text that is beside it and then generate corresponding illustrations for you. As easy as that. Okay. And so these are the corresponding illustrations, and I have options, several options to choose from. Okay. So I can just go ahead, decide which option best fits my style. Okay. So let's decide. So you can click on more to get more styles will get loaded. Okay, let's do with this. Now, once you click on this, then you have the option to choose a design out of what you have chosen. Okay, just by scrolling over it, it changes, and then you decide which one you want. As simple as that. Nothing complicated. So let me just go with this is too light. No, let me see this. Okay, let's just choose this. So this is done. You could change the color if you're not so excited about the color choice, just by going on this palette and then deciding which color you want. Okay, so this is for the background color. You can decide to change the background color if you want it. So if you're not if you want to change the style also, you would have to first click on the illustration, then go to the palette and then change the style based on how you want it. Okay. And you can combine colors. Okay. So you see that anytime I choose a color, it makes it monochrome. All the it just blurs everything out and it's just one color. But you can combine colors and then come up with the one that best suits you. Again, you can decide the borders you want, the shape, whether you want it to be rounded, cornered. If you know a bit about this, then it helps to, play around some of these things. If you don't know, I think it's just fine following with what you already have here. All right. Then you can move on to the next aspect of it, understanding your audience. It's the same thing. I don't want to add a comment. You just go to your left, see this, ask it to generate visuals. She's going to read it, interpret it as best as it can, and then go ahead to give you some visuals. Okay. And basically, all you have to do is just look through and see which one resonates with you. And you can do that for all of these. Every aspect of your script, you can generate a corresponding illustration to better tell the story rather than just read out the words. And there are more. You can always click on more to see more of these illustrations generated. And then you can go ahead to pick a style that is consistent with what you want. The reason why I love this is that you don't have to struggle to come up with a design. Okay, you don't have to think too much about this. Just allow the AI to read your text and then make some wonderful suggestions about which illustrations will better tell the story. And then you decide which colors you want, which design you want, and then move ahead. Practice, practice, practice. Let me move this up a bit so you can get to see the full view of whatever is being shared. Right? And just leave it at that. And just move on. Uh, okay, let me try this one too. All right, so you can go ahead and then generate for all of them. All of them. Okay, all of them. Now, once you are done and you want to export this, even before I talk about exports, let me just show you some few functionalities in the application. So you can upload an image. Supposing you were going to make a presentation, you want to add some wonderful illustrations so that your audience better understand and better carry the information. Um, but you want to also include certain images. Just by clicking image, you'll be allowed the option to upload from your computer or just drag and drop or copy and paste. And you insert it directly into the documents. Okay. So I think this is perfect for if you want to put together something corporate or something for a school presentation or all of that. Now, if you want to also sketch something, I mean, those of you who are good with sketching can also include that. If you want to add a particular label, okay, so let's say you've added an item, a picture, you want to label it, you can do that as well. And this is Spark Search, gives you the ability to add certain specific designs. Okay, so if I say, for example, I want to add a cat. Okay, so cats, and let me just choose Persia. Okay, so this can be a design that I want to add depending on what I want to use it for. Okay, give it some color, change the borders, maybe increase the thickness a bit, and then I can add some labels as in how I want it to be. Okay, but then it all depends on what you want to do with it. So these are some other functions you can use with the app, the tool. Um, Essentially, if you are done with everything, there are things you can download. You can download the entire document or download the particular illustration you are interested in. Okay. Now, if you are interested in, say, this particular illustration, you just need to go to the download button or export button that is close to the illustration. Just click on it. Then you'll be asked which format you want it in, whether it's PNG, SVG, PDF, PPT. And then you decide which one you want and then click on download, and it's going to do that for you. However, note that the napkin logo is going to be on it. If you want it off, then you'd have to go on to the paid version. All right. All right. So that's basically that if you want to download the particular illustration. On the flip side, if you want to download the entire document, you can come to share. Once you click on share, you will go to download PDF. If you click on download PDF, you would be asked which format you want the download in, whether you want it in a single continuous page. What this means is that there are no breaks in between your text or your illustration. It's just one continuous page. Okay. Or you want it as an A4 standard. And the A4 standard is good for when you want to print it out. Okay. So it's just going to come out page by page in an A4 format. Okay. So supposing this is maybe a report you wanted to give, mid-year report, end of year report, and then you need to print it out and share it with all the people that will be coming for the report reading. Then you choose the A4 format so that you can print it out rather than a single continuous page, which will be too long and not so convenient for that particular occasion. And then if it's for a presentation, like PowerPoint presentation format, 16 by 9 format, you do that. Also for a US letter. But I mean, the default setting is an A4 standard. You click on that, download, and you have that as well. All right. So that's basically that. I'm not going to download this because I'm not done with all the illustrations. I want to be done with them and then download. Okay. But basically, that is how you can do that. You can also share the link. This is not a hour, but then you also share a link with other people to view the napkin, and you can decide that they can view or they can comment, they can edit. I mean, that option too is allowed. So basically, that's all we have for today. How to create compelling illustrations in the very easiest way that you can ever come across. Okay, one of the easiest and amazing ways to ever create an illustration. And like I've said, I think it's great for when you want to make some presentations, when you want to make some reports, when you want to, even as a teacher, you want to put together some study notes, but you want it to be as colorful with pictures so that your students can remember what you are teaching them. Okay. There's this quote that says that I see, I forget, I, I I hear, I forget, I see, I remember, or something, something. Anyways, but basically, the fact that the more you combine more of your senses, you are more likely to remember. That I hear, forget, I see, I remember, I do, I become, or something like that. But do try this out in your daily activities and comments. Let's see how it's going on for you. Do well to also share this with your friends and colleagues so that they too can learn about how to make such compelling designs in minutes. All right, that's all we have for you for today. And as always, keep exploring, stay curious. Bye for now.